And on the England subs bench, it looks as though Stuart Pearce is going to be okay for the European Championships. He's named among the subs today, although he hasn't played since the end of March. Now, as for Brazil, they're without up to 8 of their European-based stars, but 4 others are in the starting lineup. English company, and it's David Platt on the ball in the centre circle wearing number 9. Andy Sinton starting out there on the left. Number 3, Mozer for Brazil. They've lost it already. That was a good break, and Palmer coming through to support Lineker right at the start. And the services of Fred Street, the England physio, making his 200th appearance in that capacity, required immediately, Trevor. And there's Renato on the far side, number 9. Something of a controversial figure in Brazilian football with a playboy image, but a skillful player. The man at the back is Ricardo, number 4. This is Rai, the captain, number 10. 7 is Bebeto, back to Rai. Number 11, Valdo. Bebeto. Nice effort by Bebeto. The top scorer in the Brazilian Championship so far this season. With 13, it's just approaching the halfway stage over there. England number 7, Tony Daley breaks at the other end. Mauro Silva is number 5. And he wanted help from Valdo, Trevor Steven. Gary Stevens. Lineker with his arm up in the centre. Ran onto him and tried to tuck it back in to Sinton, who actually made the original dummy. Bebeto. And again, Luis Carlos, the right back, is the spare man. Rai. Foul surely by Paulo. And Rai quickly to Branco. No surprise about him shooting from there. And Wood scrambles it round. Well, the big fellows didn't get much chance there. It's Valdo again, they might now. And that was Rai at the near post. There are 6 brothers in the family, and he's the youngest. Here's Gary Stevens. Now, is Lineker onside? He is! And out comes Carlos, penalty! Lineker will surely have the chance now to equal Bobby Charlton's record. He earned the penalty himself. A through ball by Gary Stevens. Lineker beats the offside trap according to the linesman, and Carlos, well, he's done that before. You may remember Mexico '86 when he did it to a Frenchman. This is all about not the Brazilian protests, but a possible England landmark for the captain. Gary Lineker, the penalty taker, on 48 England goals. Oh dear me, he absolutely fluffed it. The nerves got to him, and Carlos hardly had to make a save. Lineker, on the threshold of equaling the record, scuffed the shot.
Well, he tried to dummy the goalkeeper, didn't he? And look for Carlos to dive and then just float it into the middle of the goal. I remember seeing him do one against Forest. It's not such a good idea if the goalkeeper doesn't move, though. And he didn't go that far, the keeper. It nearly sneaked in.
Gary Stevens, whose pass set that up. Dorigo. Floated towards Trevor Steven. I suppose we have to also ask, was it a penalty? Mozer looks for Bebeto. Nice ball and beautifully controlled. This is Renato, number 9. Gets it back again from Valdo. Renato. Valdo. It's coming to Branco. Storming outside them. Luis Henrique coming in. Sinton. Good pace from Andy Sinton. He went past 3 of them there. Brilliant run. Now it's Lineker. He's got Daley and Platt to his right, number 9. Still Platt. And a break on, perhaps, for Bebeto of Brazil. That's Henrique trying to collect it. It's going to come to Valdo for a possible flick on from Keown or Palmer. Mozer and Carlos together. Lineker's there! And volleyed away by Luis Carlos. Goalkeeper inspired. England having all the play. Palmer's now in the penalty area, away by Mozer. Rai. Now they've got a break on. Luis Henrique, number 8. Going at Walker, finds Renato. Rai's in there, it's running on, and Bebeto! A goal for Brazil! Number 7, Bebeto! Didn't need asking twice about putting that away. A good finish from the number 7 as Renato crosses from the right. The England defence, well, Rai's attempted scissor kick, span off Gary Stevens, and Bebeto drove it in the near post.
Yeah, Renato's cross, and he tries a scissor kick there right, which distracts Gary Stevens, and then Bebeto sat up nice, didn't it? It was a good chance, and he tucked it away in the corner.
Sinton. Bebeto once or twice has not quite fulfilled his promise. He's still playing in his own country for Vasco da Gama in Rio. And that ball from Rai almost puts in Luis Henrique. Daley. Valdo. Here's Bebeto. Oh, look at the space there. If he'd run forward rather than tried to pass, he had acres there, Trevor.
Well, that's the problem. This was the go. It was Henrique who made the break, then Renato clips it across and just bounces off Gary Stevens. He won't thank us for showing that again, I don't think.
He's found Luis Henrique. Oh, it's a good turn by him. It took him clear of Tony Dorigo. Here's Mozer. Valdo. Into Bebeto, the goal scorer. Tried to return it to Valdo. Here's Luis Henrique. Bebeto. Rai. Here's Renato. Oof. It was Henrique that came in behind Bebeto. Webb. Again, forward towards Lineker. Challet's bad header. David Platt was there, and England have equalised. It's David Platt taking it beautifully, but a bad mistake by the Brazilian substitute who put the ball in his path. It's Platt's first England goal for quite a while. Webb played the ball in. Challet's header right across his own box, and a good volley by David Platt makes it 1-1 in the 49th minute.
I mean, that's where he's at his best, coming deep into the penalty area, picked his spot, kept it down well, and one of the first forward creative passes from Neil Webb. All right, it didn't exactly find Gary Lineker, but it panicked the Brazilian defence, and a bit of subtlety just for a change, and perhaps that little trio might be the trio that can add that attacking flair that England perhaps do lack and have got to find in the European
defender into an error. So Webb comes on to make an immediate impact, and here's Henrique for Brazil. Onside, Renato. Oh, Rai! It hit an English player. They appeal for handball, but it's going to be a corner, but it was an opportunity for Brazil here to go back in front.
Well, Gary Stevens at the far side.
Headed back in. Oh, and Woods didn't collect that first time, but grabbed it the second. Henrique to Renato. Chalez charging down the right. There's Henrique again. Oh, it wasn't a good clearance by Keown. Bebeto to Rai. Valdo. Corner. Oh, and Wood straight to Bebeto. And good number of players defending the goal there. It was Palmer that got the ball clear. But England are rocking a bit here as Brazil. Rai again. Oh, and Wood's turning it away.
He's had a good game, Chris Woods, made some couple of good saves early on.
There's Mozer. This is Renato. And now it's Bebeto. That's an awkward one, and it was Ricardo, the number 4, who... And here's Renato. Henrique is going ahead of him now into the gap. Stevens was on his way back. Brazil breaking well again here. Henrique still. Oh, and Woods turns it round, but what a good run and shot by this inspirational little number 8.
Great little play he is. That was going in. That was a very good save by Chris Woods.
Back in by Branco. Renato's onside, but he just wants so many touches. Bebeto, I can't believe how long Renato wanted to take over the shot. If he just middled it at the start, it would surely have been a goal.
One of those touches that as soon as the ball comes to him, it looks as if he's got a bit of string keeping it on his foot.
Bebeto's made a forward run here away from Des Walker, and out comes Woods. It's risky, this by the goalkeeper. And Bebeto puts it back into the open 6-yard box, and only Keown. No Brazilians there, and Woods is rescued.
He did very well because he didn't touch Bebeto, unlike the Brazilian goal.
That's an easier one for Woods.
Yeah, he's had a good match. Probably one of the more indifferent games.
Here's Platt. Forward run by Palmer. Oh, and they got mixed up, the Brazilians, and Ricardo drove the ball into the oncoming England player, who was Lineker.
Well, you'd have to ask the Brazilian goalkeeper if he's calling to his defenders, because they've had 1 or 2 mix-ups, and he's only...
Number 17, Júnior, the chance to say farewell perhaps to a stage such as this. The great World Cup player of 82 and 86, now 37, comes on to a big reception from the Brazilian contingent. Keown, Pearce, Platt, Júnior. What a good pass. And if it goes left, England are in terrible trouble. It's Paulo, Sérgio free. Bebeto comes short. Square of him is Valdeir. And it's quite a straightforward catch for Chris Woods. Rai had a fairly quiet second half, the captain, but made good ground there from midfield. Will he go further on still? It's still Rai. What a good ball for Bebeto. Was he offside? Well, the Brazilians look long and hard at the Scottish linesman about that. On the near side here, William Young, the linesman, raised his flag. As the ball is played there, well, it's tight, Trevor Brooking.
Very close. I'm just glad it was at the other end and we were disallowed. I mean, because the level is...
Here's Júnior. Bebeto, though, has had a good match, number 7. And that's for Valdeir, number 18. What a great backheel to Chalez!
Nothing you can say about that, is there? Chalez, that just about sums up his second half, I think, since coming on the set. What good ball there from Bebeto. What a super backheel that sets him up. And look at the square ball there. The man, just today, it hasn't been one of our best, although Chris Woods in goal has played very well.
Forward by Júnior, looking for Valdeir. Paulo, Sérgio in support, and also Bebeto here. Nice touch back to Rai. And wide of him is Paulo. Sérgio Bebeto's there, and Brazil make a late attempt to win the game. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time, the ball whizzing across the face of the England goal.
Good interchange again. But...
So, England 1, Brazil 1 in the Wembley sunshine. That means Bebeto's goal in the first half cancelled out by the equaliser early in the second from David Platt.